Hey guys, so this is one of our chore lanterns, and in the winter when I'm milking super early, it's what I used to go out and milk with. And it's super easy to light, and is it kerosene?
Lamp oil, but it's about the same thing as kerosene.
Okay, so you can see in the back, well maybe you can't, that glow back there, that's the wood stove. So our house is really warm. And the girls are sitting here doing sewing and...
For our friends, their letters are back on the fridge because we wanted to keep them on the fridge. I'm making a doll.
I'm sending her a present and
Her
decorated the box.
So Kaya decorated the box with Christmas balls.
And I am making my friend a doll. Out of this book, I'm going to make a little pink dress and a couple things so that...
That is fantastic.
But I pretty much like reading this since it's so cute with all the dolls.
It's a very good pattern, huh? So you guys might be wondering why we have the light on. We are needing to cut back on expenses, and so we're going to try with lighting with the lamp at night to cut down on some of our electricity. And
We'll see. We'll have other brainstorming ideas along the way. Right now, we do use a pretty fair, it's not a huge amount of electricity. We actually have a fairly small electricity bill. But our water heater is all electric, and it's a 50-galloner. And I use a lot of hot water. And we are also powering 2 standalone freezers and 2 refrigerators and a 3rd freezer with one of those. So we're just experimenting on ways to cut that back.
yeah, we are trying really hard to cut expenses. And so this is kind of a fun, we've done this before. And when I was a kid, we lived off grid for a while. And so I love using these lamps. They're super, super cool.
Very comfortable light, too.
It's a very comfortable light, and it kind of helps your eyes rest at night rather than electricity.
This is all done.
You are so talented.
Because what about its head?
That's the...
Yeah,
There's the little face.
And I'm going to make hair in the back, but...
You're so good at these. I'm so proud of you.
And this is a pretty cute book.
It's mine.
And I think we found it like at the second-hand store.
No, it's at, it was at our own, the Outfalls, yarn place, and so.
So, honey, all of last year, did you ever put more fuel in this? Or is
No.
it still running for
It's still
2 years,
2 years
3
ago.
years now on the gas that we've used?
Now, just so you guys know, the safety of using these lamps is we do have multiples of these lamps in different parts of our house just because of emergency, but when you are using them, you don't just walk around
In the bathroom.
and you
Right, we got the one in the bathroom. Good job. But we don't use it unless we're in the bathroom.
you keep
Sorry, I'm getting my drink.
you keep these lights with you when they're lit. You don't have these lights going in multiple rooms in your house. You do not have one of these lit in a room where there's not an adult next to it. If you spill these, your house burns down, type of a thing. They do have safety measures.
They're not easy to spill. I mean, you can see that it's almost as big around as it is tall. And this right here is the lightweight half of it, and this is your tank that holds all that kerosene, lamp oil, whatever you want to call it. So all your weight is at the bottom. It's actually very difficult to tip over. The problem that I can see is if you grab the hook and you're hanging, if your hook fails, it will fall. What
So
else?
you don't hand these to kids. You don't have them left in rooms where kids can get into them when they're lit. They stay with the adult and they stay within arm's reach. And, 100 years ago, that wouldn't have been the case. Kids would have been used to using these kind of lamps and know the safety measures to take. But where nowadays most children are not used to being around fire and using it as a light source or a heat source, you just kind of have to take those precautions.
Yeah, we've all kind of learned the hard way from the fire, huh?
Yeah, each of the kids have a little burn on them.
Even a burn.
Yeah.
I still have a scar.
But you guys are super careful about
yeah,
it now,
you definitely
huh?
don't touch
Yeah.
the fire, huh?
Yeah,
We
but I
are
still have a
like-
scar for
We're
when
like,
I got
we're
burned.
not gonna touch it.
There's your glow for the fire now, by the way.
And there's the fire. So we've been going through a list of all of our off-grid type stuff. If for some reason we didn't have income coming in, then how long would it take for us to feel strained by our circumstances? And we're feeling pretty good about things. The only thing we really need to have electricity for is to run the well. Everything else we pretty much have contingency plans for. And even if we didn't have electricity for the well, we do have a hand pump on our well. And so we would be able to still get water. But that's not an ideal situation because we would still need to be pumping water for our animals.
Hauling water's, well, you've got personal experience. Hauling water's not fun.
Hauling water's not fun, but especially if you have milk animals. Hauling water, you need to have a lot of water for animals that are given milk. Yeah, animals that are giving milk. And laundry requires huge amounts of water. And then, so drinking water is actually the smallest amount of water that you bring in an emergency situation. The largest amount is going to be for laundry and bathing purposes, and then you have animal water, and then you have your own water. Yeah, honey.
Yeah. And this ring, I'm sending for the girls. Oh, just for a little decoration. And all I had to do is pull off the top. I have to make this.
That is
And
pretty
then
cool.
put it in this hole.
It's such a
And
beautiful
then
box
this-
now.
I put in the hole right here.
Yeah, I love it. It's such a beautiful decorative box,
It's
huh?
like the Rudolph box.
Beautiful.
Glow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we're feeling pretty cozy tonight, and we have some other really good how-to videos on how to save money, making things that you use every day rather than strange, random things that you'll never use. We're trying to get some good videos up of how to make things that are just costly and very common in your home anyway.
Not costly, you mean?
Things that if you bought them, they're costly.
Oh, gotcha,
It's
yes.
a sprout
If
and a butterfly.
see, the entertainment factor is always there too.
Yeah.
Can you see the shadows that they're
Uh-huh.
doing? Okay.
Look, a crow and a butterfly. Hey.
So anyway, watch for those videos, and thanks. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.